What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today I'm going to share with you guys how to maximize your keys and salvage earning potential, as well as spend it wisely. For those of you guys that click this thinking it's some get-rich-quick sort of scheme and it's just an instant way to get tons of keys and salvage, I hate to burst your bubble, but there's really no way to do that. And anytime that there has been a glitch or an exploit to do that, that's against the terms of service, and I wouldn't be doing that or sharing that with you anyways. So this video is more so how to be most effective and make the right decisions when it comes to maximizing keys and salvage. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so I want to start this video off by saying that a lot of this stuff is going to be common sense to you, but stick with it. There might be one of these little tips that you might not have considered or you just simply didn't know about. And oftentimes, just a little tip can go a long way in the long run when it comes to keys and salvage. So first up, this is one that pretty much all of us know about, your daily login bonuses. Don't forget to be logging in every single day, even if you're not planning on playing that day. Even if you can't find the time to play, but you're at home at least, you're able to log on to your PS4, your Xbox, or PC, whatever it might be, always log on, get your bonus, and that definitely adds up quickly over time, especially if you're a season pass holder. The next tip is also pretty obvious to a lot of multiplayer players. Have a look at your contracts every week and always complete those contracts. Now the contracts aren't always going to be directly for keys or salvage or anything like that, but sometimes it's mission team XP for instance. And that brings me to the next point, level up your mission teams. If you are just stuck on one mission team and you've maximized it but you haven't maximized the other ones, make sure you go through and start working through your mission teams because you do earn salvage by leveling up the mission teams. Now for the first 50 levels, you don't get salvage every single time you level up, but you will get it every few levels. Once you get beyond level 50 though, salvage actually comes fairly consistently with these mission teams. So always be working on those. Pay attention to your active mission in the top right in the lobby screen so that you can complete that, get the gold medal for it, and level up your mission teams faster and more effectively. The salvage for this definitely adds up over time as well. Now moving on to the next one, and this is one that a lot of multiplayer players haven't really considered because they just stick to multiplayer and they don't touch zombies. Bounties are live for zombies now, so it's like contracts for zombies mode. Make sure you log in, you check out your zombies bounties. Now I know I'm somebody that normally just plays multiplayer. I rarely play zombies. I'll basically hop on when a new map for zombies comes out. I'll give it a little bit of a try, just get a feel for it and everything, and then I'm done with it. But now I'm logging in every single week and checking those bounties because oftentimes these bounties are extremely easy. I had one last week where it was like put up 50 boards on windows that zombies have pulled off. And I think I got like, what was it, 60 keys for it? I think it was probably about 60 keys for that. That took almost no time at all and I got 60 keys, which is many, many hours worth of playtime if I was just to play in multiplayer. Sometimes they can be a little bit on the grindy side, like the one you can see here that I have this week, where I have to get 1,000 kills with assault rifles, but even then, for 90 keys, that's absolutely worth it. That's still going to take me probably less than an hour, and that's 90 keys. The earn rate for these zombies bounties is excellent, so always be checking them, even if you're not a zombies player. All your keys and your salvage that you earn in zombies can be carried over into multiplayer hacks and bundles and supply drops, everything along those lines, as well as crafting your weapons. This is probably the biggest tip because at first when I heard zombies bounties were out, I thought it would be like zombies based rewards that only really apply to zombies. I didn't really think about it too much because I'm a multiplayer guy. I don't really care about zombies that much. But now that we have these bounties, I definitely care a lot more about zombies. Now so far we've covered ways to earn keys and salvage faster. Now let's talk a little bit more about how to spend it as wisely as possible. The biggest tip I can give you here is don't open drops as soon as you get enough keys to open those drops. Always save up for hacks and bundles. We get a new hack or bundle every week. Sometimes the hack or bundle just really sucks or it's not worth it or it won't appeal to you, kind of like the one from last week where it was for like a hero gear rig. That didn't appeal to me at all. So I just take that time to keep saving up my keys. I don't just go, oh, I don't like that, so I'm just going to open rare supply drops. I keep saving. And I always want to have keys ready to go when a new bundle or hack drops. I really hate the times when there's an excellent bundle that drops and I had just spent all my keys on drops before then. And so I can't get that, or I have to grind really hard, really fast, and really put the time in to be able to afford that hack with keys. Now, a big thing to keep in mind with this is some of the best bundles that we've seen so far are going to cost you between 400 and 500 or so keys. So if you can manage it, try to always have at least close to that amount of keys on hand every time a new bundle is going to drop. I know that might not be viable for everyone, but as long as you're saving it up and you're using the things I've mentioned earlier in the video, you should be able to pull this off if you play at least somewhat regularly. So at this point, I would say never even touch rare or common supply drops anymore. Just keep saving your keys and only spend them on bundles and hacks that you feel are worthwhile. I know for some people this is going to be very difficult because there's a lot of people out there, they play for each individual key and they see like, yes, I finally got 30 keys, I got my rare supply drop, let's open it. If you push through that and you save your keys up, you're going to be saving a lot more keys in the long run because those bundles often give you an excellent deal and you get a lot more drops or a lot better drops for a cheaper price. Now, I will say if you still refuse to save up for those bundles, at least open rare supply drops if you're trying to maximize salvage. I made a video a couple months ago, I think it was, analyzing the salvage earn rate between common and rare supply drops. And the results that I got after analyzing hundreds of supply drops is that rare supply drops give you significantly better salvage per key spent. Now, as for spending your salvage wisely, I don't really have too much advice for this. Honestly, this is where it comes down to personal preference. If there's a gun you want, then I'm not going to stop you from spending salvage on that. I would recommend checking out some of my previous videos where I talk about some of the worst epic weapons out there, or some of the best epic weapons out there to craft. But at the end of the day, it's your decision. Just make sure you're really thinking about the weapon that you're going to be crafting and whether or not it's something that you actually want and will actually be using over a lot of the other variants of that same gun. Now, one final thing I wanted to touch on with this video is a lot of earning and saving up your keys and your salvage and everything like that just comes down to your mindset. Keys are earned just basically based on time played, and I feel like a lot of people put way too much emphasis as they're actually playing the game on getting their keys. Like, the reason they play the game is to get keys. If you shift your mindset into just playing the game because you enjoy playing the game and then keys just happen in the background, and you're not constantly checking every single match to see exactly how many keys you got or what kind of progress you got towards your next key or anything like that, I swear to you, it will at least feel like it's adding up a lot faster because it's not going to be your focus. It's just something that happens in the background. And honestly, there have been several times, if you have this mindset, where I've been surprised at how much salvage I have. Like, I hadn't even looked at the number for quite some time. And last time I looked, I only had like 3,000 salvage, and then suddenly I've got like 6,000 or 8,000 salvage, and it's like, whoa, where did all that come from? That's simply because I follow these principles, I follow all the techniques that I shared in this video, and I have the mindset of that's stuff that happens in the background. It's not my primary focus of playing this game. And with that, we're going to wrap up today's video. I'd like to know in the comment section below, is there any other little tip that I've missed that helps you guys maximize your key or salvage earn rate in Infinite Warfare? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.